Looking at Assignment 7B, we're going to analyze the code in the program. We're going to add comments explaining the code. We're going to check your comments and then turn in your file. So what we're going to do is open the program and analyze the code. Okay, first we click on the Start menu. Then we open up Python. We're going to read the code, including all complete and incomplete comments. We're going to run the code. We're going to type a word at the input prompt, and we're going to repeat this step to run the program multiple times, or use different words. We're going to try some short words and some long words. Okay, in the text editor, we're going to look at the for loops in the code. So we have two for loops. The for loop in the I range is the first loop. The for loop in the J range is the loop inside of it. We're using iterators I and J in this code. Okay, so in this program, the first for loop will iterate by a number of times that is equal to the number of characters in the word that is input by the user. So if you have the word dog, that's 3. You have to run the loop 3 times. If you have the word picture, it means you have to run it 7 times. 1 for each letter in the word. Okay, so it's talking about how many times that you're going to run each particular loop. You have the first for loop and the second for loop. You run it once at 0, second one at 1, etc., etc. So when the first loop will run on to the next value in its range, the second loop will go all the way through its range again, and we'll see that. Okay. So we're going to run the program and read the code. It says here is okay if you don't understand what each line of code is doing, but you're looking to try and figure out what the program is trying to do as a whole. So you're going to add comments, and you're going to observe what the program does, and you're going to write your comments as to what this program's doing. You're going to complete the comments that end in colons. So you're going to finish those off, to explain what the code does. At the end of the program, you're going to write a comment that describes what this program looks like it's doing. You're probably going to use multiple lines. If the line gets too long, you just press enter and start the next line with the hashtag symbol. Then you save and run just to make sure that your comment didn't make any errors. And here's how the assignment is graded. You do an incomplete comment. You comment line what this program looks like it's doing, and then you submit these particular files. Assignment 7B plus your name tells you basically the syntax for submitting your assignment. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to run this program. Go run module. Tells us to enter a word. Put in shoe. So what does it seem to do? It seems to put in different variations of the order of the word. So the word variable is what? So here we're putting in what? We're putting in a string that the user inputs. There's the input variable. So we're going to put the word variable is a string the user inputs. Okay, the length variable is what? That's how long the string that the user is going to input. So I'll put in here the length of the string input by the user. Okay, the range argument is equal to what? So we go for I in range length. So we put in the word shoe, right? So it's the length of the string that I input in there. So that's 4 characters long. So it ran 4 times. Okay, so what about the J range here? What is this equal to? It's equal to the length also of the string input, because we're just shifting the order around. We're trying it in different combinations of letters, right? It's also the length of the string input. What about this? The sum variable is I plus j. So if I had the word shoe, it's 4 letters, and 4 letters is 8. So that the sum variable is what? length the value of I added to j, right? The value of I added to the value of j, right? So here it says if the sum variable's value is greater than or equal to the value assigned to the length, then the sum var is assigned to the value of sum var minus the value of the length. So just describing what this is doing, right? So you're going to do another circle. You're going to go through it one more time if this is true. So we print a character slice of the variable word, and then end equals adds a space to the end of it. That's pretty self-explanatory there. Then you print without an argument produces a blank line, right? So you're just adding a blank line so this doesn't disappear. So we know, for example, that the program takes a string input by the user. So we're just going to type that in there. And we'll go down to a new line and it assigns it to a variable named word. See, here's the variable word up here that we've created. Okay, so what happens here? It looks like the program calculates the length of the string as integer value and assigns it to a variable named length. Let's write that in there. Okay, then what do we see? We see that the integer value of the length variable is used as the number of times the first for loop iterates. So just write that in there. What else do we observe? Each time the first for loop iterates, the second for loop iterates by the integer value of the length variable. So for example, we put in the word shoe, and that was 4 letters long. And the second loop iterates multiple times for each iteration of the for loop. So it goes through all the letters of the word shoe before the first loop iterates again. So then what are we looking at? The programming is going to use the sum of the two iterator variables. It's going to print a single character slice of the string input. So let's write that in there. So you don't have to explain what each line of code does. You can always just put in here, the program uses the sum of the two iterator variables to print a single character slice of the string input. The program uses the length of the input to print the word that many times. Each time it prints the word, it prints the characters rotated one place. So that would be an acceptable answer. So there you go. That's exercise 7B.